Okay, welcome everybody. We're into the final hour of the transfer deadline day, and for Liverpool, good day so far. Looks like Alexander Isak is dotting the I's and crossing the T's on his £125 million move to Liverpool. And Mark Guehi, well, what's happening with him? The deal for £35 million has been agreed with Palace. He's had his medical, we understand. Yet there's still some jeopardy. Reports are coming out as Palace haven't secured a replacement centre-back. Now, Palace have had quite a while to get this deal done. They've known that Guehi, going into his final year of his contract, is not going to sign a new contract. They always knew the possibility that he would potentially leave this summer was going to happen. They tried to get Igor in from Brighton this afternoon. That deal didn't come off. Looks like he might be on his way to West Ham. But now it looks like Palace are in a spot of bother in terms of recruiting a centre-back. I've been on X all day. It's been crazy, especially over the last hour or so. Liverpool reporters deal on and off. It's crazy. But yeah, let's just see what's being said at the moment on Twitter. So we've got Lewis Steele, reporter for the Daily Mail, the guy who obviously broke the Florian Wirtz news to Liverpool earlier in the summer. He is saying that Mark Guehi deal on and off like a light switch. Deal agreed and medical done. But yeah, tick tock. Just putting a live link up. Please do join me. Okay. Yeah, so we've got about, less than 40 minutes to go now. And it's done. They can, if the deal's sort of agreed, get the deal sheet in by 7, they can finalise it up to 9 p.m. That might have to happen with Guehi. Yeah. It's all a bit stressful if you're a Liverpool fan at the minute, unless right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Sky Sports News is obviously going off. Got that on the screen right next to me. But yeah, overall, it's been a great transfer window for Liverpool. If Guehi does or he doesn't join, regardless of that, it's still going to have been a fantastic window for the Reds. Isak is probably the icing on. Guehi would obviously be the icing on the cake the way it's going at the minute. But Isak, to get him over the line is massive. It's going to transform the attacking options even more, especially after, wholesale changes really up front for Liverpool. Darwin and Luis Diaz, obviously leaving the club earlier in the window. Ekitike coming in, promising start for him, and then now obviously Alexander Isak is in the building. Yeah. Right, see if I can share this link. See if I can share this link. Right then. Hi, hey Joe. What? Oh, deadline day. Please come join me. Yeah. Let's just get this done. Okay. Right. Let's go live. Let's let the people of Instagram know we've gone live. Yeah, it's been a fascinating window, though. You know, Nicholas Jackson as well. Hello, Max. Let's just get this link up. Sorry, I really should have done this before I came on. What am I doing? Link. There we go. Yeah. Just had a shout out for my kids, Max and Hattie, both big Liverpool fans. Okay. Right, let's do it. Yeah, so looks like Man City are going to complete the signing of Donaruma. David Ornstein reporting that on Twitter. So that's the Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper. Obviously won the Champions League with PSG in May. Looks set for Man City. Good signing for City. I think James Trafford, the young goalkeeper City brought in the summer, will be a bit disappointed, but he's proven Donnarumma, you know, he's up for he's excellent in the big games, excellent penalty stopper. Yeah, he's a real signing for City. Yeah. Just going to share one more thing. Right. Yeah, so that is a... Right, if you've got any questions as well, put them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. So that's Donnarumma off to City by the looks of things. Lewis Steele again on Twitter or X. Isak's photos have been taken, official Liverpool photos, signing photos. So that I'm guessing they'll come along imminently. Liverpool fans. Right, let's do this. Let's do one more little teaser. Me on. Hey Joe, just doing a little teaser for Instagram. Right, there we go. Yeah, so I mean, Steve Parish, as I know from doing the Crystal Palace documentary, can be a tricky customer to deal with sometimes. He's a very good businessman and he knows what he wants. But I think in this instance, it seems that Glasner, the Palace manager, who's sort of, the one who really isn't happy with the situation with Mark Guehi at the moment. He obviously came out in his press conference last night, staunchly, remarking that he wanted Guehi to not leave unless Palace had an adequate replacement. It looked as though it was going to be Igor from Brighton this afternoon, and then obviously that hasn't materialised, as it looks like he's off to West Ham, which is a bit of a shock. Some reports suggesting that he was told that he wasn't going to get the playing time that he might have wanted at Palace. Make of that what you will. Palace have done really well with Glasner over the last year and a half or so. It's just going to be interesting to see how it plays out. If Guehi does make the move to Liverpool, and if that deal does get over the line, some reports saying that there's a fear that Glasner might walk. I'm not sure if that would be the case straight away, but stranger things have happened in football. Okay, what else is going on at the moment? Nicholas Jackson to Bayern Munich. I mean, that was mental, wasn't it? Was he there? He went to Munich. Chelsea pulled the plug. His agent said, "Let's have a look at this. Let's see what we can do." And they've gone back and they've got the deal. I think it seems to sort of revolve around Chelsea wanting something a bit more material-wise further down the line. So it looks like that could be the case. And if Jackson does well, then Chelsea will potentially get a decent fee for Jackson next summer. 60, 70 million, I think, was what they want for Jackson. Is he a 60, 70 million pound player? I don't know. Ask some Chelsea fans. If you're going to get 60 or 70 million pounds for him, I think you'll be doing well. Yeah, if you've got any questions, let me know. So it's an initial loan for Jackson, 14 million pounds, 16 million euros for the striker, and then it's a mandatory obligation to buy, which is just over 55 million. That would potentially take it up to 70 odd. So that would be good business for Chelsea. Spurs, they've got their striker, Koulibaly, PSG forward. He's 26. Not too many chances with PSG. Spent sort of some of the season last year with Juventus. Didn't do too badly, actually. Scored a few goals. I think he scored 8 goals in 16 Serie A games. So, it's got potential to come in and do well. What Spurs will be wary of is they won't want, I don't think Matthews Tell's quite lived up to the expectations or the hype that they were hoping he'd bring when they signed him from Bayern Munich in the January transfer window. Yeah. But it's all going on. No further update on Mark Guehi. What are your thoughts on the situation? Should Palace let him go now? They've promised the player to his move. they've agreed the deal with Liverpool, but the manager is not happy. They haven't found that replacement centre-back that they want, that they need. What would you do? Donaruma will be announced this evening for Man City. Strong signing, and not sure, but if I was City, Man United, I would have possibly gone in harder for him as well. Okay, we've got 25 minutes left of the summer transfer window. Deals still to be done. Mark Guehi still not confirmed with Liverpool yet. Isak surely to be confirmed imminently. Where else are we going? We've got Sky Sports News has gone down on my TV. Oh, deal done. Rasmus Højlund has left Man United. He's joined Napoli on loan for the season. Interesting. So obviously he was out of favour with United, signing Sesko and Cunha and Mbeumo, and he's got his move to Napoli. He'll link up with former teammate Scott McTominay there as well. Obviously Napoli won the Scudetto last season, so yeah, it could be a good move for Højlund. Kevin De Bruyne there as well, so got some real quality at Napoli. And if you're going to go there and be surrounded by players like that, surely that's only going to benefit you. Harvey Elliott as well. Liverpool midfielder Harvey Elliott. Personally, a bit disappointed to lose him. He's an excellent player. He's got great potential, but I suppose that's sort of the key thing. He wants to capitalise on that potential now, doesn't he, Elliott? Yeah, good move to Villa though. Interesting move. If you can hold down that first team spot for the season, I think he could work his way into England's squad potentially for next summer's World Cup in the USA. He did really well in the Euros for the under-21s this summer, captaining it. Scored some great goals. And yeah, if he's given that game time every week at Villa, I think he could really flourish there. Maybe could one day come back into Liverpool setup as well. But yeah, a strong season with Villa wouldn't do him any harm. So there's not been much updates on the Guehi situation at present. But yeah, Igor had was reportedly undergoing a medical at Palace this afternoon, and then that didn't work out. So it's not like Palace haven't been trying to get somebody in. They have, but it hasn't worked out. And at the moment, it's Mark Guehi who could potentially miss out on a move to Anfield. Seeing some reports on X that the decision on Guehi is going to be coming in the next sort of 5 to 10 minutes. Well, it'll have to be because they need to get that deal sheet in as soon as they can. Sky Sports News just reported reporting there as Højlund's move on loan to Napoli. Yeah. BBC have still got Liverpool agreeing deals for Isak and Guehi with a window in the final hour. Yeah, so sort of the main hitters are still going with that line at the moment. It's not really reported otherwise yet that the deal is off. The deal still seems to be on, but obviously reports from some football reporters saying that the deal is in sort of serious jeopardy. Someone's put anything Liverpool, Kermit the Frog GIF emoji, waiting on that next Mark Guehi update from Fabrizio Romano or David Ornstein. Yeah, I think we all are. Yeah. But if Liverpool don't get Guehi, obviously Joe Gomez hasn't gone anywhere. And Leone, the Italian lad that he signed from Parma, he's been called up to the Italy squad for the internationals over the next couple of weeks. Liverpool obviously rate him and see him as a first-team squad player. So it might not be the end of the world if Liverpool have to wait till January or maybe even next summer for Guehi to join them. But it looks like Guehi is desperate to join today. Be interesting to see it, how that plays out for him as well. Expecting to get your move, and then it doesn't happen right at the last minute. It must be, frustrating to say the least if it doesn't happen. He'll then have to go straight off to England duty, so maybe that's sort of a good buffer in a way for that. But I'm sure not ideal for him. Right. So we've got 18 minutes left to go. Are there going to be any more big movements? Emi Martinez, what's going on with him? Aston Villa goalkeeper. What is going on with him? Linked with Man United, but looks like he's staying at Villa. Let's have a look. Yeah. Obviously, it would be easier to do this with somebody else, especially when you're checking all of the news online. Obviously, I've skewed it heavily to Liverpool at the moment, but there are other deals going on. Right, let's go back on X. That seems to be where most of it happens. It seems to be where I seem to live my life for most of the summer. Yeah. Got Liverpool news saying Mark Guehi purportedly told Glasner he's had his heart set on a move to Anfield. Still no update about a potential Palace replacement. Everton looking to finalised a deal for Milan Roll from Freiburg. He's a defender. Can also play right back. So versatile. Okay, 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes to go. Okay, Carlos Rogers. Thanks for your comments, mate. Carlos Rogers says, is Mark confirmed, pal? Not yet. Not yet, mate. Glad Gomez is staying. He was immense when he came on against Arsenal. Yes, he was great, wasn't he? Canate did look a lot better, though, for Liverpool, must be said. I think if we can get extra competition, that will just improve his performances as well. Give him the competition. Knowing somebody's there pressing for your place, well, it can only elevate his level as well. Got the red V-nut ready in case Guehi does come off. Bimbachu, can you share an opinion on how Isak and Ekitike will fit together? Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think Ekitike, obviously they've got a lot of similarities, haven't they? So, either one can play through the middle. And I think both of them can play on the left. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see them sort of switching positions frequently. But Isak will be the main central forward, won't he? I thought it was interesting. As soon as Wirtz got closer to Ekitike at the weekend, Liverpool improved against Arsenal. It was a really weird game, wasn't it? For the first sort of 45 minutes, we sat off them bizarrely. And normally in those sort of games, Liverpool are at teams straight from the off. It was a bit of a difficult watch for the most part of the first half. But as soon as they switched it, went closer to Arsenal, pressed them higher, got Wirtz closer to Ekitike, things started to happen. And then obviously Szoboszlai had a great game at right back and scored that fantastic free kick. Yeah. So, I think they'll be fluid, is what I think. I think there's definitely room to be fluid, but Isak is obviously the main man, and he will be. Ekitike's still young, didn't really get much of a sniff of it against Arsenal, so he's still clearly got a lot to learn. But the future is obviously bright. All right, 12 minutes left of the window now. Okay. Got someone called Red Memorabilia. But that doesn't seem an official report. They're saying the deal will get done, but I'm not going to go with that one. Connor Bradley should go on loan. Why? I think Connor Bradley's unlucky with his injuries, isn't he? But he's an excellent player. But we do seem to have riches of talent in that area now of the pitch. Yeah. Two-pat for the right back position. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It seems to be. If Szoboszlai is going to be playing there a bit more. It's funny, isn't it? Gravenberch was the revelation last season in his position. Slot came in after Jurgen and sort of transformed him into that fantastic holding midfielder that he is now. To then, see something potentially with Szoboszlai in that inverted right back position. Could he make that his own? And then you could have Frimpong higher up and as a sort of Salah replacement, which Slot has earmarked him for anyway, especially when he goes to AFCON in January. So there we go. Nearly into the last 10 minutes of deadline day. What's happening? Are we going to get those deal sheets in for Mark Guehi? Chris Williams is a reporter, football reporter. Sources: Mark Guehi is waiting on an update inside the Liverpool FC offices in London. Liverpool senior staff arrived just after 6 to travel back to Liverpool. All of them are still waiting. So it is still on Palace. Yeah, it's all on Palace. Vinny O'Connor's on Sky Sports News now. Let's see what he's got to say. So Isak is sorted, basically. Guehi isn't yet. 6-year contract for Isak. So, I mean, yeah. You ask a Newcastle fan, and that doesn't mean a lot, does it? So we'll see what happens with him. You know, would Real Madrid potentially come knocking in a few years' time? Let's see if they can make it on time for Mark Guehi. Oh. So Vinny O'Connor from Sky Sports is basically saying the deal is still on, but it could well not happen. Palace aren't going to get a replacement. So we're still waiting. We are still waiting. Yeah. Very, very late in the day. Indy Kalia, the great ITK reporter on X, has just put an update in the last 5 minutes, an exclusive, saying that it will be Oliver Glasner's last season at Crystal Palace. Any contract he does sign will have a release clause, and it will be for PR marketing reasons only. He's very ambitious and is eyeing one particular job in the Premier League. Man City? Maybe. Possibly. Is Pep coming to the end of his tenure? Yeah, Bimber, yeah, that looks like it could be a possibility, isn't it? If Guehi's on a free, and if Konate leaves, then yeah, they're sort of swapping over, aren't they? But you never know. Konate might want to stay. Depends how we're going to do this season. You'd like to think would be in it for the Champions League as well as the Prem. Okay, I've got 6 minutes left of this window. 6 minutes. Yeah, Konate has been linked heavily with Madrid. Yeah, it would be interesting for him to see how Trent gets on there this season. Obviously, he hasn't had the best start with Real. But, you know, it's still early days, isn't it? Still a lot of football to be played. So you can't write Trent off yet over there, I wouldn't have said. Interesting. Right, I'm just going to shut the door 1 second. Right, I'm back. Okay, 5 minutes to go. Surely we'll have an update on Guehi imminently. Must be a weird situation, isn't it? You've done your medical, you're eager to join the new club, and then you're just waiting. You're in limbo, waiting. Sort of, it's completely out of your hands, isn't it? Whether you're going to join this new club or not, or you might be going back to where you have obviously, decided in your mind that you've finished that sort of project, and you're going to move on to this fresh new challenge. Must be a weird situation that Mark Guehi finds himself in, and obviously he'll have had all the Liverpool clobber on for the medical and whatnot. Yeah. It's clearly, sort of Parish and Glasner locked in talks, deciding what they're gonna do. Parish is obviously, if he doesn't accept this money now, he's not going to get it in January. I suppose it's what he thinks is going to be the best for Palace going forward. Could have already signed by now. We might have the update in a few minutes. Oh, just having an update on Sky Sports News now. Still unclear. Ilkay Gundogan off to Galatasaray. That's an interesting move. Should he have gone back to City? I'm not sure if that was the best move he could have made. It certainly wasn't like his first spell there, was it? But it looks like he's off to Turkey. Newcastle obviously got Wissa in after all of that as well. I was listening to Talk Sport earlier this afternoon, and they called him the apprentice. I can't remember exactly. The apprentice Isak or something, basically for sort of downing tools and going on strike as well. But yeah, funny how football works. And now obviously you've got a player like Mark Guehi who's played on, just got on with the job, and potentially might been a sort of model professional as you would. And it looks like he might not get his move after all of this. But is it? There's a few sort of things here. Liverpool, they've gone up to 35 million now. The deal's been agreed, but could this deal have been done a lot earlier in the window? It could have been done sort of 3 or 4 weeks ago for this money, and then Palace would have had a lot more time to get the replacement in. Is it? It's just the way it's worked out quite clearly. But in some ways, Palace knew that he was going to be leaving. Should they have been more aggressive in the transfer market earlier on, seeking replacements? I don't know if there was some sort of naivety there that they expected Guehi to stay. A deal sheet set to be submitted for Mark Guehi. Move from Crystal Palace to Liverpool, but the deal is in the balance. Medical complete. What does that mean? A deal sheet has been submitted for Guehi. It's James Williams, freelance writer. It's quite a reliable source on X. Axel Disasi won't sign at West Ham. Does that mean Palace were in for him? I know there was some rumours that Palace were interested in Disasi. 16 seconds, 15 seconds. The window is almost shut. Roman Kemp on Sky Sports News giving the latest. The window is closed, everybody. What's happened? What's going to happen next? What's gone through and what hasn't? This is tense. Wow. Crazy stuff. So that is the transfer summer window shut. Obviously, we're now going to find out what's going through and what's going to get completed. Yeah, it's been an interesting day, isn't it? Excuse me. If a deal sheet was submitted, you presume that the deal was going to go through. Maybe that isn't the case. Well, we've been on here for 42 minutes. A transfer window is closed. We are no closer. It's been like a yo-yo today, isn't it? Guehi, he's going, he's not, he's going, he's not, he's going, he's not. At the moment, we're in the middle. But we do know a transfer sheet has been submitted. Whatever that means, though, at this stage, not entirely sure. Aston Villa signed Lindelof on a free transfer. Interesting signing. So we've got Mike McGrath from the Telegraph, who's reporting deal sheet set to be submitted for the move for Guehi from Palace to Liverpool, but the deal is in the balance. Medical completed. That is a positive step, though. Let's see if Palace have done any business. Strasbourg have bought Ben Chilwell. Interesting. A couple of players from the Premier League have gone to Strasbourg today. We've had Cisco from Brighton, good player. I remember when he scored an absolute belter against Chelsea a few years ago. I was doing some freelance stuff for Chelsea and I was watching him pitch side in the pre-match warm-up and he was just doing some ridiculous skills. Yeah, I mean, real talent. Obviously, injuries sort of hampered him a bit, but if he could recapture that, he could be a real asset. Right. So, at the moment, Oh, hold on. Crystal Palace have just announced JD Canvot has signed young defender. That's big news, and that could potentially swing it for Liverpool. South London, JD Canvot, new home. Wow, Palace have just released that video, so they've obviously been working on that one today. Igor didn't come off. Young French defender. Obviously he's not a Guehi like-for-like replacement as he's young, raw. He's only 19, but he is a defender. Signed from Toulouse. Yeah. Interesting. Right. So, with that in mind, has Glasner conceded defeat on Mark Guehi? Will Steve Parish get his way, and will Guehi join Liverpool? Got another update from certain Liverpool sites saying that both clubs are currently still saying Guehi deal is happening. Looks that way, with the deal sheet being submitted as well. And Palace just announcing that new French youngster as a signing. I mean, wow, drama. Well, there you go. There's the old Liverpool kits. Well, what day? So we're just waiting for those Isak photos as well. That Isak announcement. Will he be a hit at Liverpool, Isak? Obviously, Newcastle fans detest him now. Hello, Chief. But how will he get on at the Reds? Isak overrated. Interesting. Do you support Newcastle? Oh, breaking news on Sky. He's reporting the Canvot signing on Sky Sports News. So we've just seen that from Palace a few minutes ago. They released a signing video teaser of JD Canvot, the 19-year-old central defender from Toulouse. So I'm hoping that will be enough for Guehi to make his move now from Liverpool from Palace. I'm guessing that will be, especially this late in the day now. Yes, Guehi could go back and play for Palace and then leave on a free, but if you've sort of gone this far with, medicals, you've put all the effort in playing the matches for Palace, good servant, etc., to then have to go through the process of having the move, process of completing a move to then have it whipped away at, from underneath you, would be a bitter pill to take for Mark Guehi. And I don't know, he's not saying he's not a great professional, he is, but that would potentially cause friction as well between player and manager at Palace. I think we've probably got to a stage now, especially Canvot coming in, whereas the deal just has to happen now. No, I don't do FPL because I never keep up with it. I do a week and then I forget all about it. So I don't bother anymore. Yeah, that's probably a pretty poor excuse, but it's true. Okay. Various journalists now confirming the submission of a deal sheet for Guehi for 35 million. It is a steal, especially when Newcastle were going to pay 70 million for him last year. Yeah, he's definitely, he definitely is worth the 70 plus million player, isn't he? Is he England's best centre back at the moment? Probably. Yeah, he's even got a few excellent goals in his locker. That absolute belter he scored against Villa last night. Yeah. The Athletic are reporting Chelsea have been able to secure a move for Raheem Sterling before the deadline. It's 2 years left on his contract at the Bridge. And he's he's the highest paid player at Chelsea on over £300,000 a week. Interesting. Who would Sterling be a good signing for, Chief? Another interesting move today. Kanji from Man City going to Inter Milan. Not really sure what happened there with him at City. He's a good player, athletic, fast, good defender. I think he'll do well there. I think Palace were interested in him as well. Who do I support? That's who I support. Probably should have mixed it up today with some different shirts, maybe some European shirts on the background, but yes, Liverpool's my team. Sterling's sitting, stay rich and comfortable and sit in the training room. Well, yeah, it looks like it. He's he didn't do much at Arsenal last year, Sterling, though. So I think the suitors obviously weren't there for him to maybe stay at the level that he would have wanted to. Right, so the deadline has passed. There's been some moves, some big moves. Bayern Munich got Nicholas Jackson eventually. Højlund's gone to Napoli, which I think is a really interesting signing. I think he could do quite well there, especially with De Bruyne in the side there. Wissa, Newcastle, Isak to Liverpool. Everton have got a young midfielder as well. So there has been a lot of movement today. Just waiting on that big one. Guehi. What's going on with him? So on BBC, we've got Sami Mokbel, BBC senior football reporter, saying the deal sheet is in for Guehi. And that is now down to Palace wanting to sanction his move to Anfield. Everything is placed, but they want at least 2 new centre-backs. They have one in Cambot, but they want another one. They thought they got Igor Julio from Brighton, but he went to West Ham instead. It's left them in a pickle. So what does deal sheet territory mean? It suggests that the deal could happen, should happen, it's there to happen. It's just waiting for the final sign-off from Crystal Palace. Anthony has gone to Betis. So he was there last season. He's back there. So it's a 4-year deal that Cambot signed for at Palace. 19-year-old, played 20 times last year for Toulouse in Ligue 1, so he's got a bit of experience there. But I don't think he's the Guehi replacement that they wanted. And that is why we're still in limbo. Wissa to Newcastle. Still waiting for that one to be confirmed, as is the Isak one to Liverpool, going the opposite direction. Obviously, Newcastle bought Voltamada a few days ago. I watched him in the under-21s championships. I thought he was really good, skillful, real handful. I think he'll do well at Newcastle. So Liverpool have until 9 o'clock to secure the deal for Guehi. Oliver Glasner wishes to keep the centre-back. However, there's a general feeling that he will end up in Merseyside. Guehi Indicalia. Guehi is sitting at the hotel patiently for the phone call. His agent and family members are there to support him. Game's over, man, from Pilkey. It might be, but it might not be. Who has been the best transfer this summer window? Let me know in the comments. Florian Wirtz, has he started well for Liverpool? Will it be Isak? Time will tell on that one. Delap at Chelsea. I know he's got injured, but he played really well in the Club World Cup. Ekatike. Yeah, good shout. Good start for him so far. What about Reinders at City? He started quite well. He was good in the Wolves game, wasn't he? And then the lad they bought from Lyon got injured at the weekend. Cherky. He's got potential to be a really good player as well. So Sean Longstaff, well, yeah, why not? Okay. So yeah, Fabrizio Romano's waded in up to Palace now. So the deal sheet's there. Medical done. Literally just waiting for the final tick in the box. Interesting. Who are Palace looking at? Are Palace looking at somebody else? Is Disasi going to Palace? Is he the man who they've been interested in? It's been reported in the last few days. Is he the man they're going to potentially bring in? So Cambot's there on the Palace feeds in his Palace kit. Are we going to see another player? Come to the Eagles. Interesting. But it's been a great transfer window for Liverpool, whatever happens. Frimpong, Kirkes, Wirtz, Isak, looks like it. Mamadashvili, the goalkeeper, we obviously bought from Valencia and he went back on loan last year. He's there to bolster things. And then hopefully Guehi as well. So it's been a hell of a transfer window for the Reds. Whatever happens with Mark Guehi, and who's to say he doesn't end up joining tonight, but he won't join at some stage in the next sort of 8-9 months. Anthony to Real Betis, so that's a permanent move for him from Manchester United. So are you glad to see the back of him now? United fans? Didn't work out for him, did it? He went obviously to Betis last season. He did well there, and they've obviously decided to take him back. So Jadon Sancho's gone out as well again. It's just these sort of signings that haven't really worked out for United. Are they going in the right sort of direction with Cunha, who I saw Liverpool play against for Wolves last season at Anfield, and I thought he was excellent, really quick, tricky, aggressive. Good solid player. Would have been happy if Liverpool had gone in for him as well. But yeah, Buemo and then Sesko, who we get to see shine at all yet, but obviously it's early days. And then Arsenal signings. Let's not forget about the Gunners. They've made some excellent signings, haven't they? Gyökeres, not sure about him yet, but Eze is a great signing for the Gunners. Looks like Hincapié is pretty much done. The defender from Leverkusen. I think Liverpool were linked with him a couple of years ago when we were after we had the likes of Ozan Kabak in, but a loan move from Bayer Leverkusen is nearly there, I think, imminent. Oh, maybe it isn't imminent. Well, let me have a quick deep dive into that one. Hincapié. Let's have a look. Right, well, I'm going to leave it here for now, and I'm going to come back later towards 9 o'clock when we know if Liverpool have or have not sorted it out with Mark Guehi. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the comments. And I shall be back later on. Cheers.